Hello and welcome to another episode of my replay casting. This is going to be Annie, or Android, whatever you prefer to call me. I am being joined by an awesome co-caster. I've got Dino Brutality X. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? How's it going?
I am super excited to cast this replay. This is number 2208328842, and it was sold to me as a super intense game. I am very much looking forward to that. Without further ado, before we get into the intense action, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. On the Radiant, we've got Bogo Jeb on the offlane Beastmaster. Down bottom, we have Dick McDouche playing the carry Luna. Following up is going to be LDF on the Chen. In this mid lane, we're going to have Sandslack on the Nyx Assassin. And then finally, it's going to be It on the support Mirana. How's the Dire looking?
Dire's looking a little rough considering I don't speak Russian, but we'll start with middle name of, we're just call him AC for now. Walking also down mid, we got Med V on the Zeus. Moving towards middle on the Io, we have Philosov Goroshnik. Let's see here, still hanging out by the well, we have, looks like Line Graph or Bar Graph. And then strolling down off lane, we got an Ogre, and that is Big.
You got one that was a real word, so that's a win in my book.
Yeah.
So
There
it looks
you
like
go.
the rune's gonna go for a very even split. There's really no contest, no initiation, and in fact, only one really aggressive ward that's gonna be up here in the Dire small camp. That's gonna cause Io a couple of issues.
Yep, stacking and pulling would be pretty difficult. I was going to be half the top of his game there to get the that side pull when needed. Also have a pretty aggressive ward in middle from Dire on the Radiant side, watching out for support from the Chen maybe roaming into middle.
Alright, so maybe I'm a total noob, but I don't see mid Nyx Assassin a lot. Is that right? Oh, arrow from out downtown. It hits the arrow. There's going to be some follow-up from the Nyx Assassin. He goes in. He does end up landing that impale. There's going to be some damage. I think Zeus gets out just fine, but space created.
Yeah, Morana took a lot of damage for that tower. Mid lineup, back to the Nyx Assassin against Zeus. Not terrible if Nyx starts putting points into Mana Burn, considering Zeus won't be able to spam consistently, but we'll have to see what the build is for Nyx in middle here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be quirky, and I anticipate Nyx having to make a couple trips back to the well, whether or not he's killed or, you know, just going back for some nice little regen. Beastmaster in the offlane here, I think he's going to get a heck of a lot out of the lane.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be pressured too much. Looks like Io's going to be picking up a bottle here off the courier, roaming towards top. But yeah, offlane Beastmaster should be pretty safe against this combo until you get some points into the Chaos Knight to get that Chaos Bolt with the random % stun to probably combo out on him.
Yeah, so in terms of leaders of the last hit board, we have Zeus on top right now, and it's just going to be, you know, we're only about a minute and a half in, so it's nothing spectacular. Nyx Assassin, what he needs to do is grab himself up a magic wand, because that's going to be fantastic regen up against the Zeus. Meanwhile, up top, we talked about the Beastmaster having an easy time, but maybe not so much. He's getting very, very low, and no, they have to leave him for now. There's no follow-up.
Yeah, once they get a little bit more honest ability on Chaos Knight along with the Wisp, that's probably going to be an easy kill for the two of them, depending on the stun duration.
Nyx Assassin getting very, very low here in the mid lane. One or two more hits would finish him off, but Zeus, now fresh out of mana, he does have a haste rune in his bottle, so he could make something happen there.
Yeah, he could have dove if he wanted to, but no, actually,
Top
Nyx
lane.
did not put a... Yep, there it is.
That's going to be our first blood. One more hit! Can they get it?
Good.
No!
Good magic wand. Very nice magic wand.
Very nice magic
Value
wand, but now
points right there.
Beastmaster goes back in. Chaos Knight, he doesn't have enough mana for the Chaos Bolt, but this is very aggressive play from Bogo Jeb. I think he could certainly be punished for this.
Yeah, getting mana back right now. Let's see if a Reality Rift Chaos Bolt takes place.
No, I think Bogo Jeb, he lived through the worst of it. He's using that boar, making sure that he's in XP range, which is really, really crucial. Beastmaster already level 3.5. He's definitely trying to get something here, but there's the Reality
There's the
Rift. They're
Rift.
going to have the Tether. There's the Chaos Bolt. Yeah, this is first blood. He did overstay his welcome.
Can the boar get last hit on the Io? That will be the question.
The jukes are real. That star wants to live. Gonna be tethering away to the range creep just for the movement. And I think Boar goes back to some casual harass on the CK, but nothing real is gonna come of that.
Yeah, getting some last hits with it though, well dead. Definitely putting it to good use.
Not sure if Mirana meant to go for an arrow on the hero or the creep there, because it seemed like if he was going for the arrow on the Pudge, could have been a little bit better set up, but either way, that's
I think one of the main issues is that Ward's sitting right there, so she's kind of in a tough spot from a vision perspective because they can see where she's moving.
Alright, so Pudge is going to be chasing down the Luna, goes in, there's an arrow, beautiful, by the Mirana, locking him in place. The Lucent Beam is actually going to help him finish him off, so Luna securing herself a kill. Can we count how many times I mix up Luna and Mirana this game, because they look so similar from above?
Yeah, you got two ladies riding on mounts, and Dick McDouche there with a little harassment, dropping the tango as a tree, then eating it, so...
Up top,
like
Beastmaster...
action up top.
Why is he so deep? Reality Rift comes through, one final smack will secure another kill onto him. He's diving like he's got all the freedom in the world, but maybe not so much. He might have to play just a tad safer, because even if he stays in lane most of the time, the fact that he's dead and has to walk or TP back to the lane is really going to catch up to him in terms of losing out on the XP and farm.
Yep, and in middle right now we have Chen with a couple creep pushing mid tower here that Zeus is definitely going to be unable to stop as he's walking out with just brown boots in a bottle. So this should be an easy tier 1 for Radiant right now.
Alright, yeah, Chen's actually leading up the last hit for it. Of course, it's mostly jungle creeps, but still putting him ahead. He has his level 4. He's doing pretty fantastic. He's got that Hellbear Smasher who could probably use a little bit more health, but no complaints right now. We've got Luna here, left alone to her own device, is going to be taking that Fire Blast, the Ignite, just burning her down, making her slow, making her toasty. She's going to go back to farming.
Yeah, she'll have a tough lane if she doesn't get support roaming back down here, though, because as soon as Fire Blast with Ignite comes in, and Pudge will have an easy hook set up.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
They're actually trying to set it up right now, with Pudge hanging out in the right-hand trees.
They're going for it, but do they have vision this far back? Yeah, they do now that she's up in the wave, and they want to go for it. She needs to be a little bit careful. I think she's anticipating Pudge being on the other side of the tree line. This could be her demise. She's going to take a Fire Blast. There's the hook going through. There's Ignite as well, but she ends up dropping the ult, getting Pudge kind of low, but that means the ult is down and she is down.
Yeah, very nice setup between the two offlaners there, between Ogre and Pudge. Nasty combo.
Yeah, and for both only being level 4, I'm surprised they got that kill off on the Luna that's, she's level 6, and pretty reasonably farmed. So it's good that they're bringing her down for now, because a late game farmed Luna is miserable to go against.
Yep, 100% agree, and it's tough with the two supports that Radiant have right now. Really can't protect her too well in lane with, having to directly land those arrows, and Chen not really being able to provide too much right now with the creep that he has.
Ooh, I totally missed that kill. And now we've got Nyx Assassin going in. He is going to get the Impale, so that's going to be a nice return kill. Getting that mid-Nyx, something he needs. And he is going to go ahead and get that null tally, so building up those early stats. But meanwhile, down bottom, we got a party of the big guys, as Zeus rotating with Pudge and Ogre are looking to get maybe another kill onto the Mirana. She's not alone here. She's got the Chen, so she's got some claps and nets coming her way if she needs it. And meanwhile, there's going to be more pressure from the Beastmaster up top, but he has to be really careful not to overcommit.
Yep. Submarine is almost level 6, so you'll see some relocates coming in here pretty soon for Io, as he's getting a little bit of farm up top while CK keeps back in. Action down on bottom, you got the Bear Smasher and some nets coming in.
Yeah, it looks like Ogre's going to be the first to fall for that. Shen gets his first kill of the game, which is really nice. Another Impale comes through. Nice connect there onto the Zeus. He's going to get hooked back by his buddy, but not enough to live. Mirana gets some right clicks on him in the way, and well, she does still have her arrow in 1 second. Can she get a nice setup? She's just going to back off, leave the big guy with a warning as Beastmaster adding some nice pressure to this top lane.
Yeah, it was very well done on Radiant on the bottom side. Good macro control by, or micro control I should say, by Chen getting that kill early on the Ogre.
Yeah, this is, it's starting to look good for the Radiant. They're getting the push off. They're getting their Luna exactly what she needs. Yeah, she had a nice stumble there early on. You never want your Luna to die too much, but she has great comeback mechanics. Her farm is doing pretty nice, and, you know, with a kill and 2 assists to her name, and hopefully a tier 1 tower soon, it's going to be pretty easy for her to snowball into the late game.
I got a lot of pressure from a rotate coming bottom. However, still with 4 heroes down here, that's going to be tough. But up top, we got a TP out. Beastmaster is gone after a failed attempt by the CK and Whiffs to get that kill.
Yeah, I mean, CK, I think he needs to not start things off with his Chaos Bolt. Go in with the Rift, get the tether slow, and then maybe use the Bolt if he still needs it. But starting things off that way is just a recipe for, well, we saw having the Beastmaster TP out without any repercussions.
Yep, agreed there, and it'll be even harder once Beastmaster hits 6 because he'll be able to roar his way out while TP is taking place.
Absolutely. Yeah, the level 6s are starting to come out across the board as we're 8 minutes in. Man, Big is pushing in pretty aggressively here. I think he's asking for an arrow to the face. She's going to go in, she's going to cast it, but he changes his path at the last second to avoid it. Now Zeus going to try to scout things out. They got the next assassin. There's a relocate here from the Chaos Knight. He's going to be slapping up.
They are deep.
Yeah, they got the Mirana, but they're very, very deep. Looks like the Wisp going to be hoping to take the CK out, but no, they might just leave him. Yeah, Wisp is going to take his buddy out here into the top lane. They're going to be using those wild axes on the Beastmaster, but nothing coming of that. In fact, they might end up going here for another kill on the Beastmaster up top. Going maybe for the Tether Stun. Nah, just squirting out some damage. Reality Rift is enough to secure the kill. CK, man, he's on a roll. 4, 1, and 3, and he takes out the boar. Someone called
Yep,
PETA.
and at bottom, while that action was going on top, you had Pudge and Ogre once again comboing out on the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, so it's, I wanted to say Radiant had the advantage just because their lineup looked really strong, but the kills do not lie. We've got an extra 4 kills here on the side of the Dire, and early on, I mean, we're only 9 minutes in the game. That's more than a kill per minute.
XP Ref looks to be, dumping the weight towards Dire, so they're definitely taking the early advantage with the heroes, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, it's still pretty early on to be looking at that net worth graph, because 1 kill or a couple minutes of farming can swap things out dramatically, but it's looking good. Shen's going to be picking up his buckler and headdress, so definitely going for that early mech. He'll get it very reasonably timed. I don't speak enough Russian to know what the flames are in the all chat.
I don't know what the question is that they're trying to get at. Apparently somebody's unhappy with probably how that arrow landed. So.
Yeah, up top, a big rotation from Radiant Heroes up here on the top. Looks like they could be casting that Primal Roar. CK gonna be going in.
Oh, we gotta...
Yeah, there's the roar going. CK gonna be getting stunned up. Mirana juking in as well. Nice work, and there's gonna be an Impale. It is on the mark, popping the bubble.
Yeah, very nice job from Sandslark handling both the Vendetta and the Impale there. But they're definitely applying pressure as they need to with the lineup that they have to try to equalize a little bit and stabilize early on this game.
Yeah, and looks like maybe there's some more pressure here on this tier 1. I don't know if they get it with this wave. There's another mass of friendly creeps moving through. They might need to focus some attention down bottom here as the hook comes through onto the Chen. What can he do about this? Well, the answer is not a whole lot as he's trying to get back, but no, he is going to die. Pudge finishes him off, and now Luna next on the list. One more hit. Can she get away? They're going to use the Thunder God's Wrath. That is a deep commitment there.
Dick McDouche to the well.
I mean, it's a good place for Dick McDouche, but obviously
you got a very strange relocate coming in here. I'm not too sure about that. I guess they just wanted to get everybody down on the bottom lane, but perhaps they were looking to see if they could catch anybody well behind the tower, but no one there, so 5-man push going bot. Wisp had to go back, obviously, to the relocate. Keeps the off lane to push and put some pressure down here.
Yep, so it's going to be more pressure here applied. They've got the CK who has finished his drums, which is super nice, and another 700 gold in the bank. Does he go for an early armlet, an early SNY, an early BKB? What are we going to see here?
I'm a big fan of armlet on CKs. BKB might be helpful with this lineup, though it doesn't prevent you from roar. But it really depends on how they want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, we're 12 minutes in the game looking at the individual net worth breakdown. CK at the top of the board. I think a lot of that's due to just the fact that his kill score is super nice. 4, 2, and 3. He's definitely being moved around the map where he needs to, courtesy of that Wisp, but he needs to be a little bit careful here as there could be some Radiant heroes ready to deal with him. This Nyx has been on point and now has that Dagon level 1 ready to go in with some magical pop.
Yeah, much needed. That'll be easy kills on Zeus, especially if Nyx can catch him out with sitting on only 845 health. That'll be an easy kill combo. As soon as you hit Vendetta, Pale Mana Burn with a Dagon, you'll have easy kills there. Oh, we got Relocate going up on top on Luna.
Yeah, she's trying to get out. She does pop the Eclipse. It's just not doing the damage it needs to. And yeah, she's going to get knocked down. Dick McDouche, once again, sent back to the fountain from when she spawned. So it's looking tough. Meanwhile, I mean, Radiant are getting some good push in. They're going to get Beastmaster here, and the Chen army ready to take down this tower. So it looks like that'll be a nice, easy sweep. Dire are here, but they're not able to get close enough for the deny.
Yeah, definitely not worth the trade, though, that Luna was well out of position with no wards at the top lane. Should have backed quite some time before that. But good trade nonetheless, I guess, from a perspective of board control. Radiant are clearly having a well-maintained board control going across that river with no tier 1s left on the Dire side.
Absolutely, and their lineup lends really well to early push. Of course, the Chen army, always fantastic. Beastmaster, he's got the summons of the Boar and the Hawk. He's not going to go for Necrobook just yet. He opts to build a drum up first, which I don't mind. I like that early stats build on him, getting that speed, able to chase down. Speaking of chase down, Nyx going in here, maybe onto the CK. He's got some follow-up. There's going to be that Lucent Beam. Can he go in?
Impale.
Missed Impale, and CK getting away with just a sliver of health. They're going to go in with the Beastmaster. The Wild Axes are enough to take him down. They're going to use the Primal Roar here just for the IO, and I think that's the right call, as they get a 2 for 1.
Well job committing that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic work, and well, now Radiant, they're not feeling the pressure, because the one that really made them scared was the potential threat of the relocate gank from the CK, and that's out of the board now.
In the meantime, Chen using his army to push bottom lane for Radiant while they're pushing top.
That is certainly some good split push going on. Pudge, well, he's looking for a hook here, but gonna be out-scouted out by the skill shots as the arrow connects, the Impale connects, and he's gonna get bigged up by the Ogre Magi. Consume a Fairy Fire as well. Finally, the Hand of God is used. No one was really that low there, but better safe than sorry, I guess. They've got a fake Chen out, doing some damage, but just gonna be smacking on the tier 2s.
Yeah, very true. Chen tried to pop that a little bit earlier to save the Mirana, but she got bursted so quickly from Zeus that with that Aether Lens that she didn't even have a chance to live through the heal.
Well, either way, it's still a positive trade for the Radiant as they get some towers off of it down bottom. The Chen army applied its pressure, and CK now left to deal with the mess. He's going to be going for that armlet, and he'll get it very well timed, too. In the next 20 minutes, does Radiant have the opportunity to push high ground, or is this going to have to go into the late game?
Depending on how well... So it looks like Luna is building into a BKB. She's not going Helm, so I think without the extra sustainability on Luna, you're going to be difficult pushing up high ground. Even though the high ground defense from Dire right now is not looking too great. They don't have a lot of AoE per se, if none at all, actually. But their heroes are still a little bit too squishy to do the burst of both the Ogre if he gets a multicast off with the Ignite with Zeus on top of it. It's just going to be really nasty for that push. Though Chen's timing for Greaves is fantastic, so they may try to push their luck here. A Roshan first might be in store, though.
Yeah, I think both teams have Rosh in their eye. I think Radiant have an easier time taking it, just again, courtesy of that Shen army. But Dire, they're hanging out near their pit. They know that's going to be a possibility soon coming up. And CK, he's got his completed armlet on top of his drums and his treads. He's top of the net worth chart for a reason. That is some good farm.
The rest of his team's doing very well, in fact, from a farming perspective. So he's definitely got the support behind him, though. He's got to maintain his control over this game and not let the other team snowball out of control.
Yeah, so it's going to be all the Dire heroes clumped up here near this mid, maybe looking for something, hunting for something. They know where the Beastmaster is. There's going to be an arrow coming through. Does it connect? Yeah, it pops down the wisp to about half health. That's a long-range arrow, but I think this is, again, just a clean disengage. The Chen army moving into the top lane. They're going to have to rotate the Zeus to try to take care of that.
Beastmaster using the scouting of the Eagle very well from the Hawk, setting up Mirana arrows nicely. Looks like Dire side's backing up towards their tier 2 while Zeus is trying to clean up the top lane, but Chen, rightfully so, recalls his creep back and goes back to the jungle to farm.
Yeah, I mean, we're now almost 20 minutes in, looking at the net worth and XP charts. XP is in favor of the Dire, I think, just because they've been able to split up and farm so much, but net worth going to be rocking the way of the Radiant with about a 2k net worth lead. It's not insurmountable by any means, but it's certainly not great. There was a relocate up top, again, a bit quirky, trying to go in with no creep wave here. Nyx Assassin going to go in.
In the meantime, Nyx, easy pick off on Pudge. Especially right back into the relocate, though, with that Mirana ulti. Oh, ward is down. Not enough vision to get a stun or a recall, so looks like Nyx should be easily out of here unless he gets greedy. Oh, he's going to get greedy.
No, I
Still
don't
did
think
not
he's...
get punished, though, so...
He wasn't greedy for that one. That was entirely necessary. Meanwhile, Beastmaster goes in with the Primal Roar. He's got the backup of the Chen army, but might end up getting blocked in by these creeps. CK is able to do exactly what he needs to there, so they are going to trade their Zeus for the Beastmaster. It's not great, but it's certainly not the worst trade they could have. And now they're just going to pick off Chen's creeps one by one. Not the Hellbear Smasher! Oh no.
Unfortunate for the Beastmaster, he came in a little bit too early before the Chen army arrived to support him, and the creep themselves are not, per se, anything that can hold back the Dire side. They're more so aggressive. But we have a nice hook from Pudge trying to zone out the invisible Nyx here, but unfortunately no vision on Pudge to successfully obtain that kill.
Yeah, Nyx is hopping back to base. Gotta get that mana up. He's been walking around the map a little too aggressively and now almost wasn't able to save himself there. Meanwhile, mid-tier 1 tower does go down. I mean, the Dire, they're still definitely in this. It's early in the game. They've got really great late game with that CK, but he needs to be effectively farming for this entire next 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, let's go around and look to see what items. Zeus is going to be going into an Orchid. He's got 2 Robes of the Magi, unless he's going into a Veil of Discord there.
Honestly, I've seen both work. I think an Orchid might be a little bit greedy. I would probably expect the Veil, just because there is a decent amount of magical damage on the side of the Dire. It honestly could be either.
Yeah, Veil's probably going to be the next pickup, as he's already got the Null's Talisman, so he's just waiting on the Helm of Ironwill.
Alright, so we've got Beastmaster and the Chen army pushing this tower. I think that might be a little bit ambitious. The Dire are very eager to defend this. Oh no. The little melee creep. He's gonna run back. Up top, we have Mirana gonna be bashed out by the Chaos Bolt. They're gonna go in with the Primal Roar. They are gonna catch out the CK. That's a worthwhile trade for the Mirana. They do end up losing the Nyx Assassin as well, though. We are gonna have the Eclipse cast just a little bit late. Did they able to get down the Pudge? They are. Now it looks like Big is the target. They get him down as well. That's a really nice Eclipse from the Luna, even though it maybe started off a little bit late. The Wisp tethering to the Zeus, just to make sure they both stay alive, and I don't think they really defend this tower any further.
Nah, they should probably back off, and this is probably an easy tier 2, depending on it.
Luna just destroyed him. Was that just a Lucid Beam?
It was a single Luna Blast right to the face. Zeus did not have, or Io did not have enough health while trying to tether. Yep.
That hurt to watch a little bit, so it's now going to be a tier 2 tower falling, 21 minutes in the game, and Dire are feeling really good with this map advantage. They've got 2 tier 2s, only 1 exterior tower left up on the Dire.
Yep, things are going definitely according to strategy from the Radiant perspective. They wanted to have a very push-heavy early game and give some space to the Luna, and that's exactly what they're doing. She's almost completed with her BKB, which would be extremely helpful. She actually just picked it up.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the wrong cat lady. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, Mirana, she doesn't have a BKB. There's going to be the relocate, hopping back. Are they going to be able to get this Luna? She's got that Lucid Beam if she wants, but no, she's going to take a tether slow. She's going to be probably trying to be fed to...
no.
Yeah, they wanted to give that kill to CK, but he got trapped in the trees, so Wisp was like, alright, if you're not going to take it, I got to take it. And it ended up working out. Not on the hero they wanted, though.
I guess a kill's a kill at this point, but yeah, definitely would rather have that ending of the killing spree.
Another really awesome roar going in. Zeus is going to be slapped up, slapped down, sent back to the well. Pudge is the next target here. Mirana going in. There's going to be some Necro units doing what they want to, and well, Pudge follows suit and going to be dying here. There's going to be a CK coming in, very, very angry. CK does get the kill onto the Beastmaster, and I don't know what else comes of this. They are getting that Necro creep no matter what happens.
Yeah, cleaning up that 200 gold.
So Nyx Assassin is on the back lines. I think he's in a very aggressive spot. Currently there is no Dire Vision to scout him out just yet, but he has to be pretty careful. Wisp does have sentries if they get a hint that something's wrong. They're going to go over the Starstorm. They want to focus on the Wisp first. They will get him with the Impale. Now they're going to... Oh, there's the Impale going down. They've got the Eclipse too. That's a Luna that is at the height of what she needs to be doing here in this mid-game. She's going in. That ulti has been fantastic every single time, and now she's got that Morbid Mask.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to go back for the Helm there, and then probably into Satanic at this point. Well, she just wants to sit on it, and then she continue farming up perhaps Manta after this, but we'll see what she ends up going from an item prioritization perspective.
Yeah, I think she's going to go Helm, then build up some Manta, some maybe bigger items, and then maybe scale that into the Satanic late. I don't think that's an item she really needs to prioritize, as she does have the BKB for survivability already.
Yep, agreed. Plus she's got always can rely back on the Chen for the God's Hand in case she needs it.
Alright, so Radiant, they're in a good position now. They're going to be trying to push up this last exterior tower of the game. The Chen army whacking away. They are going to use the Thunder God's Wrath here, maybe just to try to get the Luna. The hook comes through, not quite long range enough. They need that Ether Lens on the Pudge. Dagon, meanwhile, being leveled up by the Nyx Assassin. Well, Dire have a successful hold of this tower so far, but at what cost? Radiant's farming up.
Now, unfortunate for Nyx that he used Vendetta right underneath a Dire Vision Ward.
Yeah, he's sent back, and that's something the Radiant didn't really need to give up. They were positioned very aggressively, and, well, Nyx knew he was alone. Maybe he should have backed off.
A relocate going towards Radiant Jungle, pinged out by, well, it seems, from Luna. Happened to see that one come in, not too sure how.
Man, these relocates have been ambitious. There's going to be a stun up onto their Wisp. They're not going to be able to do anything. The Wild Axe is just a minute too late to be able to catch out the relocate gank. So, do you feel like the Wisp is, you know, just being a little too crazy with these relocates? Do they need to save them for a time when they actually have vision on a Radiant hero that's out on their own?
It looks like they're trying to fish a lot to try to catch somebody in the jungle without any vision, so I would agree that they either got to get some aggressive wards down and de-ward, you know, where needed, but can't really just go blindly relocating into the enemy jungle and hoping you're going to catch somebody.
Absolutely. So CK is going to be grabbing up that Yasha, so we're probably looking at an SNY. It's possible we see an early Manta, but I think all-out stats is usually the build there.
Looks to be going into SNY is my guess. Perhaps split it later. I think that's a better build choice than going Manta. Got smoke going here towards the middle.
They're looking for the
They catch
Beastmaster.
out this Beastmaster. Yeah,
Oh, the
she's a
Courier
easy kill
too!
here.
They want the Courier, but they're going to get their attention split here. They have to remember, you know, go on the target of the Beastmaster. They do get him down, but that's all they're going to get from this, is the Radiant now keen to where they are. They're going to nurse that poor Courier back to health, and, well, let's see how far the Dire can push here.
They just want to go a little bit more towards this tier 2, then circle back and try to get Roshan while Beastmaster's down, because you don't have to worry about the Hawk scouting you out, but we'll see how aggressive they want to play this.
Yeah, the CK still holding on to that Phantasm, so not going to be using it to push the tower. CK just destroys Mirana. Hook is off the mark here onto the next assassin. Now we're going to see the Phantasm coming out. Really heavy push onto that tier 2 tower. They're going to get it down. Do they continue to push the advantage here? Beastmaster's not up. He doesn't have his ult.
Yep, Luna has not queued up her TP to come back yet. She's also sitting at half health, so she'd have to go back to the well to heal first. So this may very well be a tier 3 for the Dire set.
Yeah, they're going in, they're smacking it up. They still got the CK illusion for a good long while, I think. I mean, Rax might be a little bit ambitious here, but, oh, well, I eat my words.
Overstay their welcome, perhaps. See how this turns out. Dust is popped. Got vision on the Nyx, so he won't be able to engage in this fight to start with, and Dire, rightfully so, is backing up. But unfortunate, Wisp getting caught out there. Looks like they're going to be re-engaging here. Nyx coming in with a nice stun. Necrobooks right in front of there for vision. Hook off by Pudge, missed, unfortunately, to save his teammate. He is now getting arrowed up. Beastmaster going to be beating him down, some Starfall, everybody, and unfortunately, it looks like Necrobooks are going to be taking out the Ogre. One more hit if they can get there. Nyx trying to get into range. Perhaps he's just going to use a Dagon when it comes back on. He's going to be splitting his target, going for the Pudge. Arrow coming through, or the Zeus, I'm sorry. TP coming out. Not enough mana, unfortunately, for the Nyx to use Dagon, and was out of range of the mana burn. But overall, Dire throwing away a great opportunity that they had they just backed from the tier 3.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's anyone that you don't mind living on the side of the Dire, it's the Ogre, and, well, they sent him back with a heck of a warning, so Radiant, they're back on the front lines of this game. The Luna still is holding on to that Eclipse. She's got a BKB fully loaded, 10 charges on that thing, so she's ready to just dive up onto the high ground and let it rip if she needs to.
Dyer's going to have to be a little bit careful here, though. They don't necessarily have the best Chen creep with them, and an Ogre pulling away the creep wave very nicely, but there should be a tier 3, unfortunately.
Hook in. He's gonna go with the Carapace, might be able to do some damage, but he does end up falling back to the well. They're focusing the racks now, they need something in return. Those glaives are bouncing every which way. Luna doing some good damage to the buildings, and now... Oh, they're smacking him up. Big does end up getting a kill, and he might pay for that with his life. We're going to see a Primal Roar here. Zeus, he can't fall again. There's going to be a Phantasm from the CK going in. Pudge dries as well. This is everyone dead. There's so much blood being spilled. Can they lock down the Mirana as well? There is Chaos Bolt in 3 seconds. They have a Reality Rift. She's barely out of range. She's going to go in. She's going to blink up onto the high ground. Yeah, that's new to me. She's going to try to TP, but can they catch her out there? Reality Rift her out of the TP, but oh, she gets back.
Yeah, no stun to follow up, unfortunately, and Reality Rift is just a movement displacement, not necessarily a stun, so off she goes.
Yeah, I thought maybe with that, like, one hit you get...
Yeah.
Yeah, the one hit you get after Reality Rift was not quite enough. Chen, he now has that Aghanim Scepter, so we're going to be looking at some awesome Ancients to be pushing this high ground. Dire, they lose their entire mid-racks. Radiant, they still got their standing, so that's a distinct advantage.
Yeah, the last couple 5 minutes here have been a big yo-yo, but I think the momentum is still in the favor of Radiant. Dire did have it, and it seems that it might be slipping through their hands a little bit.
Yep, we're just kind of waiting on the pace of the game. In terms of overall XP and net worth, it's in the Radiant's favor, but it's a very close game. We're 30 minutes in and just about 5,000 net worth, which is, you know, that's about 3-4 minutes of farming. It's nothing huge. It's certainly not insurmountable.
Yeah, a lot of that came from that last team push as well as the racks, so definitely a very close game overall.
Absolutely. We've got the Radiant moving up as a unit towards this mid lane. We've got the big ults online. We have the Primal Roar. We've got the Eclipse, so maybe we're looking to see some sort of big engage here on the Dire, but the Dire are certainly playing safe.
Dire's definitely had some big pickups recently. It looks like CK did go Manta instead of SY, and Pudge has a, looks like he's working on a pipe. He's got a hood finished as well as a blade mail.
I don't hate the CK Manta pickup. I think it's alright if you already have the armlet, because you're going to get that armlet illusion strength. It's like having a bonus Phantasm, like a mini ultimate. Nyx Assassin playing so aggressively here. Is there vision here on the side of the Dire? Are they going to be able to find him out? CK is certainly not carrying any vision, but... this is very tense now. The Radiant, they're rotating up. It looks like Beastmaster will get scouted out. There's a blink away. Nyx Assassin goes in with the Impale, catches out the CK. It's gonna be a Thunder God's Wrath to start things off. We've got the Primal Roar going in on the CK, but the IO's there, keeping him nice and healthy. Oh man, this Beastmaster's in bit off more than he could chew. He ends up being the first casualty. Hasted Nyx Assassin going in, trying to do what he can. He's looking for that perfect Impale. I don't think he's going to find it. He's going to go in. He's going to get stunned up. He might not be able to react here. He does end up dying. Now the Moonlight Shadow's over, so Chen, he's going to have to fend for himself. The Luna is going to drop the ult. There's going to be the Phantasm from the CK to try to dispel that. In fact, she might end up falling here even as her ult roars out, and that will be the case. She's going to die, and it looks like Chen falls in the backlines as well. Mirana, the lone survivor on the Radiant. This went so poorly for them, and it looked like they could have had the best engage ever.
Yeah, unfortunate for the, just out of position. Everybody seemed to be a little bit scattered from the directions that they were heading and who they were focusing, and at the end they didn't get anybody.
Alright, so Chen creeps are going to be the victims now. We've got the Ancient creep, so they're a little bit harder to take out. Man, we're using everything for them. So, they finally get down the Golem. Black Dragon, keep on running. God, it's got such a stupid face.
Yeah, unfortunately, doofy Black Dragon is immune to magic, so a little tough for them. But Mirana, our lone survivor, unfortunately was caught in a terrible position trying to either get wards down while the rest of the Dire team was chasing. But... She
was going for the Ogre. She got a little bit greedy. She went in on him. She got a really nice long-range arrow. He got really low. She needed like one more right click, but CK to the rescue goes in and locks her down.
Very unfortunate.
Alright, so it's gonna be Dire kind of regaining their momentum here after they lost their racks. They're gonna go in. The Roche has still not been taken. This is the first Roche, I believe?
Yep, this is first Roche. Finally getting some attempts in on it. Wiping off the CK's face pretty well though right now, even with the assistance of Io tethering him up. Not the best lineup from a Roche perspective who to sit there and tank it. They actually should probably get another person here like Pudge, but Yeah,
I mean, they
take
got the
quite some
Greaves.
time to finish this. Greaves definitely were needed, but definitely a long Roche, and had there been any vision like the Hawk flying over here, with 3 Radiant kind of close, they may have been able to contest, but should be going the way of the Dire with no problem here.
Yeah, I mean, Luna, she's feeling happy, like, ooh boy, I got Elena free farm, but drops an Aegis on the CK. That's gonna feel real good. He does get very low, probably wants to head back to base after that one, but he's feeling great.
Pipe is now completed over on the side of Dire for the Pudge, and in the meantime, it looks like Luna on the Radiant side will be going into Manta.
I like the Manta pickup from her. I think it'll be able to... It dispels the Chaos Bolt, right?
Yes, correct. That, and it'll be a lot easier for a lot of those targeting spells that she can split out of them to disengage, so she doesn't actually get hit by Ignite and the Fireball.
Yeah, so that'll be really fantastic for her. I'm confused by this Pudge's pickups. I would have rather seen him go for the Aether Lens before the Aghanim Scepter. I think it's just a little bit greedy to go all the way into Ags without having that range on the hook that we've seen him desperately need the last couple of engages.
Yep, as we had mentioned right before cast that item prioritization is definitely important while you're playing, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. You probably should have picked up an Aether Lens first before trying to push into that point booster.
Man, I can't be the only one that cannot tell the difference between Dagon 4 and 5. Their portraits look like exactly the same, but Nyx Assassin now does have that final recipe, picking himself up his full Dagon, and speaking of pipes, we got one completed over on the Beastmaster.
Looks like we got a gem pickup from Dire's side on the IO, so they're probably going to be going around here. It looks like they're trying to either ward up for a smoke or just checking for Dire vision, but that'll be definitely very handy for them to counteract the Moonlight Shadow as well as the Vendetta from the Radiant side.
Oh man, this is a big group up from the Dire. If the Radiant scout this out, if they're able to take this engage or get something out of it, make the best of the fact that all the Dire are focused in the mid lane, that's going to be pretty fantastic.
And it
for
looks
them.
like Chaos Knight used his Phantasm to push out that lane, which I do not agree with, but looks like you got a little bit of engagement going on down at bottom here. Necrobooks have been popped, Pipe has been popped, BKB has been popped, Luna's ulti has been popped, everything seems to be trying to get down to CK, whose Aegis finally goes down. Moonlight Shadow is now being casted. Chen Creep mopping up a lot. Got Hand of God coming out. Gem is down off the ground, Io is down, and Pudge is down just for a Mirana, and the engagement is still going on here. See if they decide to chase up the hill. They do.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin going in, showing out that flashing you dig on 5. They've got the creeps here. That big stone boy doing his work. Who ended up picking up the gem there? It is going to be... Nyx Assassin didn't get it. Who grabbed it?
No, it doesn't seem that anyone has... I don't think it's still on the ground. It doesn't seem to be in anybody's inventory right now.
Well now we've got Zeus coming back. Nyx Assassin might end up falling here. He will go down. That's a shared kill. CK, he's back, he's mean. I don't know if we got a chance to talk about his Heart of Tarrasque pick. Ooh, kill on the Beastmaster at the last second there from the Zeus. The Heart of Tarrasque pick makes him that much tankier. There's a reason he only went down once in that fight, and that's because, good golly, he's got 3,100 hit points, and he regens so goddamn quick.
Oh yeah, 100% agree. Great pickup on that, and it looks like Bloodstone was also finished on Zeus during that fight, so a lot of power coming out from the Zeus standpoint from a regen to spam all those abilities.
Luna looking to make sure this tier 2 tower is defended. I mean, Dire, they're grouping up, they're trying to go for picks, they're getting the CK good farm, but if you take a look at the net worth break... Ooh, hold on here, we've got the relocate. Dick McDouche forced to pop that BKB, and Dire secure themselves another tower. So that's going to be all the exterior towers on the entire map knocked out. Oops, except for this one. I totally forgot that one.
Yeah, bottom lane doesn't count for Radiant, right? That doesn't count in the tower. So
yeah, it's not important, man. Who needs it?
Nah, not at all. Just one tier tower remaining. That's on Radiant side for that. As you had mentioned, BKB popped on Luna down to 7 seconds, so that will be something to consider going on towards late game here once it gets to 5 seconds. Not nearly as good with the amount of magical burst that Dire side has.
Alright, so here we've got a big initiation. I think Mirana is just absolutely out of luck, gets blown up. There's no chance that she gets anything out of that, but does reveal that all the Dire heroes are focusing their attention here, so looks like Luna and Shen have all the freedom they need to push here. In fact, the tier 4s are going to be under siege. They might end up taking down this tier 4 here. The creep wave doing some serious damage. Dire, what are you doing? I mean, they're worried about that completely unimportant tier 2. They end up losing a tier 4.
Yeah, they may have to commit here. It's getting to be that point unless somebody TP's back, and it doesn't look like anyone is willing to do so. They have pressure going on in their top lane as well. We look to be having... Oh, we got some TPs coming in. Phantasms are pop on bottom. Radiant decided to pop their fortification. Zeus, the only person back, is going to get roared up.
Yeah, he's going to get slapped down, though. He's punished for this. Meanwhile, down bottom, the first lane of Rax is finished off. They are going to get the full Rax as the ranged and the melee fall. But meanwhile, Radiant, they're not slowing down. They get the full lane of Rax as well. Radiant, they want to go in. They want to finish this off. They are going to be rotating here. They're going for Megas rather than the tier 4s. I think that's a huge mistake because the Dire showing no mercy. They get a second lane of Rax as well. We're at a base race now. It's going to be Megas here committed for the Radiant, but it doesn't even matter. The tier 4s are under siege. They are going to get one down on the side of the Dire. Now on the Radiant, it's going to be 2. I can't flip back this force. The Ancient is exposed on the side of the Dire. Meanwhile, Ancient is exposed on the side of the Radiant too. We've got Eclipse going down. They are going to get the Nyx Assassin down, but meanwhile, the Ancient's at 75% HP. You have a TP back from the Beastmaster on the side of the Radiant. You've got to get down this one tier 4. That's going to be Big's focus here. There's going to be a buyback here. Nyx going in, trying to do what he can. Get the Pudge out of the way. He force staffs to safety. Big taking a lot of damage as a Pipe of Insight. The creeps trying to do what they can here to the Dire Ancient, but I mean, Big, he might end up falling. This could be huge because Radiant, they can push back in to get the exposed Ancient up top. Meanwhile, down bottom, you've got CK trying to get back into the Radiant base as much as you can. Pudge goes in, does get a nice dismember here onto Brojet, but there's going to be a Primal Roar committed. They're going in, they got the board, they're doing some serious damage to Pudge. The Blade Mail means nothing if you can't survive. Oh my goodness, we've got...
Oh, what a change of events that just took place. I mean, they committed hard to try to get that, but Dire that is, trying to get that bottom, but they lost their top at the same time, and trading 2 lanes of Rax for 3 is definitely not a favorable trade.
Yeah, but did you see what Dire were able to do there? I mean, Dire now are on their toes trying to get their Ancient. I think... Usually when I see Mega Creeps, I'm like, oh yeah, this GG, there's no way this team comes back from that, but they could certainly relocate a really fed CK here. Just get down the tier 4 and smack out the Ancient before Radiant can do anything.
Yep,
so what Dire has to do...
Both IO and CK, when they bought out, that's what they did the first time to finish up that mid lane of Rax, so they may have to keep that in mind, you know, from a Vile perspective moving forward. Almost everybody does not have one, so...
This might be it. We're going to have a Primal Roar here in 5 more seconds. There's a TP on. They want to get down this. There's the Veil of Discord we mentioned before, and now Mirana just absolutely destroyed. There's going to be another stun coming out. They're going to get to the Beastmaster, but meanwhile, Creeps, Big, is he big enough to deal with this? Radiant, they're now on their toes.
He's going to have to chain him back to the well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's doing, but meanwhile, you've got a Chen Creep. Oh, God!
Oh, no.
Ancient Thunderhide!
Coming in.
There's Mega Creeps, too. They're trying to get it done. Oh, my God, this is too intense.
At the same time, you got the entire Dire going tier 4. They're going to go Ancient to Ancient here. You got a TP in on Creep from the Beastmaster. Gonna be trying to push with that channel deal.
It's all happening. It's all going down right now. The focus is on the Radiant Ancient, but meanwhile up top, the Ancients are at the same amount of HP. It's all trying to get done. I'm just gonna look at the Ancient here and try to hope that it's the Radiant, but no! It's the Dire! Good goddamn job, Radiant!
Holy smokes! Unreal. That was probably the closest thing I've ever seen. Both were at almost 1% when the Mega Creep decided to push it over from the Radiant standpoint.
Holy hell, man, I see why you submitted that as a replay. Good job. Oh my god, I need to calm down after that game, because that was incredible. The Ancients were at like the same amount of HP, and there's no way that the Radiant Ancient was at more than 5 or 10% health when the Dire Ancient fell, so well
it was
fought.
200 HP remaining, so
oh, man.
Only need a couple more hits.
Whew, who's your MVP for this game?
I would have to put it on Luna, Dick McDouche, based off of name. Very well played, but I think Chen with the clutch heals definitely kept things alive. And of course, as you just saw, that Chen Creep pushing down the middle with the Ancient Thunderhide may have sealed the deal there with the extra damage.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Chen, fantastic playing from you, fantastic playing from the Radiant and the Dire heroes. This could have gone either way had there been the difference of a melee creep or two. So again, I hope you enjoyed the casting. I have had the pleasure of casting with the lovely co-caster Dino Brutality X. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Twitter at that handle, as well as Twitch. Both of them are at Dino Brutality X.
Alright, thanks for joining, man. Hope you had a decent time. Again, if you have any feedback on my casting, I'm always open to ways I can improve, so feel free to leave a comment down below, subscribe, PM me on Reddit, email me, whatever you want to do. I am super excited to hear from you. Again, this has been another episode of my replay cast series. If you have any more replays that you'd like me to cast, submit them to anycasts@gmail.com. Alright, I am out. I will see you all next time.